Hi, hi, hi. Good morning, friends. You know what is the world population? Total world population is how much? Any wild guesses? Yes, 8 billion people. Correct. Total world population is 8 billion people. And you know, we all people share something in common. But what is not common among these 8 billion people is what? Huh? Among 8 billion people, no one fingerprint will match to the another one, right? No one fingerprint will match to the another one. It is one of the beautiful creation of God that He has made people unique. And when I say unique, one human mind cannot be common to the another human mind. There must be differences between two. How people think, how people behave, how they act, and what is their plan. These all things will be different from one to another. There can be similarities, but as a whole, it is all different things together. So is the technology. Friends, you must have experienced that whenever you wanted to go from one place to another place, you are using Google Map, and Google Map is suggesting you that you can follow this route, so you are going to reach that place a little faster. But your instinct says no, for this time this route is not good enough. I should follow some different route, what Google is not suggesting you. And you did the same. You followed the map that your mind says that you should do that, and results were obvious that you reached little faster. How that has happened? You must have experienced also that some or another time in your life technology has deceived you, isn't it? Or always technology has helped you to reach your goals? It has never experienced with any one of you that technology should work in a certain fashion, but it has happened. Anyone? It has deceived, right? I want to use this platform to have a say that technology is good to have, but it is always overrated. What human mind can do, what our behavioral pattern can do, how we think, can be a can never be matched at all to the human, to the artificial intelligence, because one person is different from another person. How Google Map is working, how technologies are working, how this AI is working, how artificial intelligence, or for that matter IoT thing is working, it has a limitation. To a certain extent it can always work. We are teaching machines, so who is teaching the machine? We the individual. We have covered a long way from the stone age to the modern time, when Cortana, Siri, or Alexa has made our life so easy but vulnerable at the same time. You know, when we wake up early in the morning, Siri or Cortana, or for that matter Alexa, asks us to, they play a certain music what is soothing to us. Then it made our water depending on our likings, either cold or hot. Then it this should be wear depending on occasions. Then coming back from office to home, it also suggests us that we should go for a walk or exercise, and so that you can go for a deep sleep. So technology has ruled all over us, but still there is a subtle thing what technology cannot do, what human mind can do. So we all will going to understand, and I wanted to understand from your all experiences that how technology is good to have, but it has some limitations. What human mind can do, technology can never ever do that, friends. But we will understand this all. Let me explain you the today's meeting program first. So today's meeting will be divided into three sessions. First will be a prepared speeches, wherein speakers will come on the stage. Depending on their project, they are going to deliver their topic. Second will be an evaluation session. They will all speakers have been assigned a certain evaluators who are going to evaluate their speech. And then after we'll have a table topic session, a very fun, learning, and exciting session, wherein you will be given a topic and you have to speak impromptu. And then of course we'll have a moment of glory and all those things. So to start our session, we have some role players as well. that we call a tag team. So tag stand for T for timer, A for counter, and G for grammarian. So I would like to request just a tag team need to be introduced by me or okay. So to start our meeting, our tag team from one the timer. Timer is a Toastmaster Sukanya. So I request Toastmaster Sukanya to come on the stage and explain about her role.
Hello all. Good morning. I am timer for the day. So my role is to count the time for each and every speech. So for icebreaker topic, the timing will be 4 to 6 minutes. At the end of 4 minutes, I will show green card. At the end of 5 minutes, I will show yellow card. And at the end of 6 minutes, I will show red card. For the prepared speeches, the timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I will show green. At the end of 6 minutes, I will show yellow. And at the end of 7 minutes, I will show red. And for evaluators, the timing will be 2 to 3 minutes. And for table topics, the timing will be 1 to 2 minutes. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sukanya. So to move ahead, our next tag team is counter. Okay, we'll go with grammarian. So grammarian is Toastmaster Tulsi. Toastmaster Tulsi is banker by profession and she loves handicraft.
Thank you, TM Modi. Good morning, presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I am Tulsi, grammarian for today's meeting. As a grammarian, I will be introducing word of the day and phrase of the day. And so the word of the day is contentment, which means state of happiness and satisfaction. It comes often because you have everything you need, then we can say it's a contentment. Examples are, he found contentment in living a simple life. Another example is, her contentment was visible in her smile and pleasant demeanor. So I request you to use the word of the day, and I would like, guest, would you like to use the word contentment? You can come on the stage and you can use it.
I thought my table topic I have to use.
You can use during table topic also.
Okay. I invite contentment to come here to explore the thing, to meet all the people. So I feel very joyful and happy. So it kind of feel me like a contentment thing, contentment kind of feeling I'm having.
Thank you. And moving ahead, phrase of the day is walking on air. Its meaning is feeling extremely happy. And example is, since he met her, he has been walking on air. And other example is, the boys are walking on air because their team has won the game. Anyone would like to use phrase of the day?
I was walking on air when I delivered my first icebreaker speech.
That's a cool example. I would like to check online. Anyone would like to use the phrase of the day or word of the day? Let's move ahead. Dinesh, would you like to try?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I feel like walking on the air whenever I visit this club, and I'm really happy this club is in my area.
Thank you, Dinesh. So, as a grammarian, I will be also observing good users and poor users of this language, and I will present my report at the end of the meeting whenever called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you. Back to you, TM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tulsi. Now I request Toastmaster Mayur to work as a counter for today's meeting.
Thank you. I'm walking on the air as I'm going to play this role after so long time. Yeah, I could see I get contentment of all of us that how we are improving. So today I will be playing a R counter role. So as an R counter role, my responsibility is to count the filler sounds or the crutch words that makes noise, right? Disturbances which we create. So to become a fluent, we have to remove those crutch sounds and the filler sounds. When I say crutch and filler sounds are and some are the kind of filler sounds like so okay, so that kind of sounds we use. So we want to improve on that, so I will be counting those as well. And sometimes we repeat the sentence, right? I, or some sentences we repeat. So that I'm going to count. And at the end of the meeting, I will come up with my report. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
So now I request General Evaluator Raghavendra to come and explain your role. Okay, so I request Toastmaster Venkatesh as a General Evaluator for today's meeting. Explain your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh, Toastmaster of the day. Presiding Officer, Area Director, Toastmaster Dinesh, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. Very good morning. I'm glad to play a General Evaluator's role today. And as a General Evaluator, my role is to observe the proceedings of the meeting, evaluate the role player who are playing role today, and evaluate the meeting in general. So I will be coming up with my report in the end when called upon. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Friends, now it is time to start our prepared speech session. But before we move ahead, I wanted to understand from you that do you know how this Google Map works? On Pythagoras theorem? Perhaps not. See, what I have understood over the period of time, that Google Map is learning from one path to another path what can be the possible routes by our own inputs. For example, you are carrying a mobile phone and that mobile phone has a location on. And if you are going from, for that matter, I'm taking some example from Pimple Saudagar, where I reside, to this place, Marathwada Mitra Mandal Polytechnic College. So if I'm following a certain route, so Google has recorded that, okay, from Pimple Saudagar to come to this place, this is one of the possible routes. And at what time I have traveled. So my time of travel and what route that I have followed. For example, some another people, some other time followed the same route. So again, data get teached by 2% input. Third time, some other people followed the same route. So depending on the person who has followed the same route from one place to another place at different time horizons, Google is making their database enrich every another day and every single time also. Now, if it is more than some certain level of expectation, then somebody who is very new to Pune or this area, he come and search for how to reach from Pimple Saudagar to Marathwada Mitra Mandal College. Google will suggest the route that I had followed. Fine. Similarly, for example, if some other day I choose a route to come from Pimple Saudagar to this different route that I haven't traveled so far, again Google is that data is getting recorded in Google's database. And next time, if somebody else has chosen the same route, it will get teached again with the period of time. Different times, at what time, how I'm traveling, what time I have taken to come from that place to another place. This is why Google is always suggest us the duration of the time, how much time it is going to take, and what route should I follow. If I choose a route from this place to Pimple Saudagar via say crossing of the buildings, not the certain roads, and if I and some more people do same thing, repeat and repeat and repeat, what will happen? Google will start suggesting you that route also, that you can go from this place to another place by jumping over the buildings. But is it practically possible? By jumping over the buildings, taking your vehicle is possible or not? It is not. But this is how algorithm works. Every time how data we are going to input to the system, it is teaching in certain fashion, and it will start giving you recommendations like that only. So it is our human being who give data based on our input. The algorithms are matured enough and they shows the results. So if we are going to give the bad inputs or the wrong inputs, the results will be accordingly. Hence, again, human emotions and minds and behavioral pattern can deceive machine very easily. So what all intelligence that we can get from machine is have some limitation, that what inputs have been given to that. We'll understand more from you all. But before that, I would like to request Toastmaster Devai as the first speaker for today's meeting to come on the stage. And to evaluate Devai's speech, we have another veteran Toastmaster, to some extent, Toastmaster Rohan, who will come and explain the project and the objective of this speech. So, Toastmaster Rohan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Presiding Officer, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, Area Director, and my dear guest. Very good morning to you all. So I will be evaluating Toastmaster Devai. Her project is Icebreaker Speech. The purpose of the speech, the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Title of the speech is Turning Point, Level 1, and pathway is Dynamic Leadership. Over to you.
So, Devai, turning point. Turning point, Devai.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Good morning, Presiding Officer, Area Directors, Mr. President, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I am Devai Gurve. On 18th of December 2022, it was a joint meeting of Area C1, District 125. And my heart was beating so rapidly. Literally, I can feel that. Can you guys guess why? No, because it was my chance to introduce myself as a guest to the club. I was sitting right over there, and literally, my heart was beating so rapidly. I rose up, spoke gibberish, and sat down. I had this disappointing, venting feeling of being a zero. I was feeling like sad, confused, disturbed, and whatnot. And when I went back to home, I decided I will do something about it. Can you guys guess what did I do? Yes, you're right. I paid the membership fees and joined the Toastmasters Club. And today I am in front of you to give my first icebreaker speech about my life journey. Let me take you through a little journey of my life. My family belongs to a small village near Barshi town in Solapur district. My father works as a farmer and my mother is housewife. I had an elder sister and a younger brother. Growing up, I was an average child till my ninth standard. And there is one incident happened in my life which not only changed my vision, but my whole life. So let me take you through that incident. At the end of the ninth standard, on 3rd of January, there was a Gram Sabha arranged in my village to celebrate the Savitribai Phule Jayanti. And students and teachers were giving their speeches about the Mahatma Phule's and Savitribai Phule's contribution towards the girls' education. At that time, my class teacher, during their speech, pointed towards me and announced that I am able to secure 90% in my 10th boards exam. So it was a very complicated but insightful feeling for me as he has announced it in whole Gram Sabha. It was literally very complicated for me, and that feeling I had never gone through. Might be he has recognized my capabilities so that he has announced that in the whole meeting, the whole Sabha. And then I realized my capabilities. He guided over me to the studies. I worked hard studied hard and achieved 90% in my 10th boards exam along with the first rank in my school. On that day, I am walking on air, and after walking on air, I feel very joyful for that my achievement, just because he has recognized my capabilities and potential and guided me towards the study. I am able to achieve that success. After that, I had completed my diploma from Government Polytechnic Usmanabad and graduated as a civil engineer from Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology, Islampur. After graduation, I got placed in Advanced Design Solutions, Baner. While working 2 years over there, I switched to Katera Technology Services, and currently I am working as a component designer in All-in Component Design Solutions, Pimpri, Pune. While working with these organizations, I come to know that I am good at my technical part, but I have to improve my communication and leadership skills. So I was searching over the internet, where can I get such type of platform where I can improve my communication skills. At that time, I got to know about this club, and then I got Mayur's number on internet. Then I called Mayur. He guided and inspired me towards the Toastmaster journey. And then I joined this club where I got the great platform where I can create a better version of me and develop myself. I know I am nowhere close what I wanted to achieve in my life. But I know you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You don't have to great to start, you have to start to be great. And I have started here. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
I request everyone to give a standing ovation to our icebreaker speech. Thank you, Toastmaster Devai, for a wonderful speech and your courage to take a step ahead in your life and become a better version of yourself. Now I request our second speaker, Toastmaster Insiya, to come on stage and to evaluate Insiya's speech. We have a veteran Toastmaster, Toastmaster Jay. I request Toastmaster Jay to come on stage and explain about the speech objectives.
Could you please confirm if I'm audible and visible to all of you?
Yes, you are.
Perfect, thank you. So today our speaker Toastmaster Insiya will deliver a speech from Path Innovative Planning, Project Level 2, Project 2. Now the project details. Connect with your audience. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. However, today audience is somehow familiar, so we are expecting a topic which are unfamiliar, at least for us. With this, let me give the control back to TM Modi. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. Toastmaster Insiya, don't angry me. Don't angry me, Toastmaster Insiya. Back to you.
Please stay away from me. I am not allowed to feel you. Please stay away. No, you can't stop feeling me. Don't go away from me. I don't want you to feel. I don't want you to come. I don't want to feel you. Don't angry me. Stay away from me. And Toastmaster of the Day, I don't like being repeated my name again and again. So don't angry me. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Can anybody of you guess here which emotion was I talking about?
So just give a moment.
Anger?
Yes. How many of you here has ever got angry in your whole life? I can see many hands. How many of you here has been advised here to suppress your anger or stop getting angry? I am also one of them. My friends and family used to say me when I was younger कि तेरे तो हमेशा नाक पे गुस्सा रहता है. That is a way of saying that you are always angry and maybe I have a big nose. When I was young, I used to get angry very easily. I think that is the same right now also, but never mind. I used, and everybody around me used to tell me to stop getting angry as it is bad for your health. I started wondering that anger is a bad emotion. We need to suppress it. Suppress means prevent or inhibit an expression of emotion. How many of you here has done the same? That is suppressing your anger. Let me tell you one incident. When I was young in school, there was this one girl in my school who used to come and bully me, tease me, hit me sometimes. And I said you earlier, I was taught to just suppress my anger, not show it. It was a bad thing. Bad people show anger. I didn't react to it. I used to be Zane. I felt like in my head, I felt like slapping her hard or doing something to her. I couldn't do it. I just kept on suppressing it. Then it got piled up. It got piled up to an extent that one day it just burst out. I got so furious that I pushed her so bad that she got hurt badly. That was a feeling of contentment. I was walking in the air by doing that. But do you people think that in this situation, what I did was right? Do you think suppressing my anger helped me? No. The consequences that I faced were hard, both on my face and on my mind. Let me tell you some statistics. Statistics has shown that people who have anger issues or who suppress anger has 87% more chances to develop mental issues than that of people who don't suppress them. So let me tell you all, anger is not a bad emotion. It is a myth. It is also an emotion like other emotions like happiness, sadness, excitement. The only thing that we need to learn is how to express it or how to channelize it. Suppressing it is not the solution. I, as a behavioral therapist, work with so many children and so many adults. They have always been advised not to get angry, don't show anger by the world and the society. And they have this thing in their head that it is a bad emotion. But here we help them channelize and express their anger in a better way. And to help you a little, I have also gotten you some techniques where you can do that. You can also bring out your anger, but in a better way. The first step, which is very important for channelizing your anger, is that you need to identify your triggers. That is what actually makes you angry. Second step is to acknowledge your anger, accepting that yes, it's okay to be angry. It's an emotion that I can feel it. Because many a times people have this thought that it is not good to feel anger. Third step, it's very important to find a technique that helps you channelize your anger, that is venting out. For example, for some people, scribbling helps. Some people get calm by exercising. Some people get calm by doing clay, by playing in sand. You need to find your way so that you can calm yourself down. I know it's easier to say than doing it, but try it out. It will take some time to form as an habit, but it surely will help. I also believe that anger mostly makes you tell things which you wouldn't say otherwise. Harsh, hurting words. I myself have been in that situation. To prevent doing that, start using a technique called stop, breathe, think. In this technique, whenever you feel that you're getting angry, there is a trigger point that you've identified and you might burst it out. Just tell yourself, stop, Insia, stop. Take a deep breath. Think before you speak. I know that will also take some time to cultivate in your day to day life, but that is surely going to help. I myself have seen that I have prevented from talking harshly. Lastly, I would just like to tell all of you that anger is also an emotion that needs to be expressed and dealt with. So instead of saying, don't angry me again and again, start saying, please let me be angry. I know how to channelize it. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
I'm stopped. Deep breath. Now let me think. See, I have cultivated the habit that Insia wanted us to do that. Now, I would like to request our third speaker, Toastmaster Mayuresh, to come on the stage. And to evaluate Toastmaster Mayuresh, we have another very veteran Toastmaster Venkatesh. So I request Toastmaster Venkatesh to come on the stage and explain about the speech objective.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Presiding officer, area director, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. Good morning. The speech objective of Toastmaster Mayuresh is to begin developing collection of humorous stories and present the anecdote which includes the humor in it in today's meeting. Thank you. I wish all the best to Toastmaster Mayuresh. Thank you. All the best, Mayuresh. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Mayuresh, AI humor, Toastmaster Mayuresh. Mayuresh, you are on mute.
Sorry about that.
Yes,
So
you're
once
audible
again,
now.
good morning, area directors, Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. It's an honor to be here today, and I hope you are ready for some laughter and fun. As a language model, I, ChatGPT, have seen a lot of funny things in my time. But I have to say, some jokes I have encountered are simply not suitable for human consumption. If you dare to consume them, they'll make you throw up. Either yourself or the person who's telling the joke. But fear not. I have taken time to sort through the good, the bad, and ugly, and I have come with some extra correction which you will definitely enjoy. It will tickle your funny bone and it will make you walk on the air. To start with, first of all, have you heard about the restaurant called Karma? Yeah, there is no menu there. You just get what you deserve. And next up, why is Scarecrow getting an award? Why is a Scarecrow getting an award? Any guesses? Because he is outstanding in his field. You think this is funny? No. Then let's get serious for a moment. Did you know that laughter is the best medicine? And it's true. In fact, laughter, a good belly of laughter can lower your blood pressure, reduce stress, and even boost your immune system. If you are feeling low, if you are feeling down and need some boost, just come to me and I'll prescribe a dose of you. Now, since we are talking about ChatGPT, let's talk about technology. You know what they say? Technology is always changing, but some things never change. Like how every time you think you have got it figured out, they come with a newer, more complicated version. Just keeping up with our today's theme, uh, as our Sergeant at Arms was saying in the beginning, there was Google first, for which to whom people were going for new information. Now there has come ChatGPT, and people are getting more and more from it, out of more and more out of it. Tomorrow there will be something new. There will be some positive things about this technology, and there could be some negative things. Let's focus on positive today. When it, and when you speak about technology, have you heard about that restaurant on the moon? Yeah, great food, no atmosphere, not at all. And let's not forget about the timeless classic like puns. Why was the math book sad? Why was the math book sad? Because it had too many problems. And why did tomato turn red? Why did tomato turn red? Because he saw salad dressing. But when you are using puns, you must remember that you should get a suitable time to express your puns. Just last week, I was in my office and we were discussing some technology. My boss said, we have a lot of Python experts with us. We have a lot of Python experts with us, and before I could think anything, I simply blurted out. So when are we opening our next bracket, Kapra Snake Park? Come on, guys, that was a pretty funny one. No, you don't think so. Neither did my boss, and you can guess his reaction, I believe. Now, since we are taking the various genres, let's talk about some music. Did you hear about the rock band that broke up on the beach? Did you hear about the rock band that broke up on the beach? Yeah, they were seaweed musicians. Still no funny? Okay, trust me. Stick with me because the best is yet to come. Yeah, just give me a minute. Yeah, because the best is yet to come. Like this next joke. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Yeah, the atoms, they simply make up everything. You can't trust them. But seriously, laughter is contagious. It is one of the few things in life that can bring people together, regardless of their beliefs, their race, religion, and so let's all take a moment to forget about our troubles and laugh together. Just laugh together. Now I can see the timer card, and I know that the end of my speech is coming on. So I have saved the best for the last. Can you just? You might have noticed that I had taken a little break in between. That was because my computer was going cold. Now, why was my computer going cold? Any guesses? Why was my computer going cold? No idea. Because it left its windows open. Yeah, it happens. Chilly weather. And all. So with this, I was able to bring a smile to your face today and remind you the importance of laughter in your lives. So let's give a round of applause to laughter and all the joy it brings. Thank you. Just one last thing. Just one last thing. Keeping up with today's theme, I used ChatGPT to generate the speech. I was so impressed with the original draft and asked her, "Why? When are you going to take over the humanity as in Terminator?" She assured me she isn't going to. Did I just win? Okay, let me try it again. ChatGPT assured me she isn't going to take over humanity like they saw shown in Terminator or Matrix. Oh, that's it again. Sorry, I don't know what happened to me. Ah, or is it that I have already taken over this human and now the machines are going to rise? Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayuresh, for a speech, though I couldn't understand much because of the voice issues. But with this, we have completed today's prepared speeches. Now we'll move for voting and then followed by subsequent sessions. But before that, I wanted 4 volunteers. So I'm going to choose them. Chandra, will you please take timer card for some time, and Sukanya, please come on the stage. And yes, Deep, you also. Sir, your name, I don't know, sorry. Yes. Pratik, you please come on stage. Thank you. So these all are visible in camera. Please come little this side. So now we are going to do a small role play. Sukanya, you are in office, right? You are working. So Sukanya is a working colleague, and she is going through some kind of mental depression, not feeling very well, little stress because of whatever reason. And these two are the colleagues of Sukanya who is working in the same office. And Sukanya feels like we should be an open culture environment should be in the office. So she used to discuss things what is happening in her personal life and in professional life. So she has discussed the same his mental condition, how she's doing in office and how she's doing in home to Deep and Pradeep, right? So Sukanya, what has happened? Let me explain you also that because of your mental issues, you're not maybe able to concentrate on your work. You have shared the same thing to Deep and Pradeep. Now what has happened? We all have heard once bitten, twice shy. Understood? Once bitten, twice shy. In Hindi, दूध का जला छाछ भी फूक फूक कर पीता है. Okay. So now, what Sukanya is going to experience, you have shared all your feelings to your both the two colleagues. Now, there's an appraisal time going on. This is to the month of February, perhaps in the March or April, we are going to get appraisals. Now, Deep, you heard that Sukanya is not going to a good mental condition, and you go to her manager and backwist about her that Sukanya is not a good lady. She is not able to concentrate on the work, and the project that you have given to her is something what is going to devastate the entire future of the project. And I think that some of the project should be removed from her. And I mean, we feel that she should not deserve a good appraisal this time because she is not going to a good mental state. And how Deep come to know about this? Because you are keep on sharing details to Deep and Pratik also. Deep went to manager and said all these things to him. Now Pratik, you also know everything about Sukanya because she used to share all these things to all his colleagues. You went to the same manager that and you explained that because Sukanya is going from some mental depression, some mental state, maybe it is because of some specific reason, but I feel that we should lessen her burden and so that she can concentrate more on the given task. And in terms of appraisal, she should also deserve a good appraisal because it will give her emotional support as well. You all got me? Now, if Sukanya is a machine, first case, in next circumstances, will Sukanya share her feelings to all the colleagues whenever she go to next office or wherever? No, because she had experience that people like Deep do backbitching knowing the background of yours. Now, Sukanya is a human being. She know that all people are not same of nature. Some can help and some can deceive. So machine can think in a certain way how it is getting inputs from people like him. But if there's a human mind involvement is there, it has a differentiation between, it is not about some certain set of data. It is a mix of all those things, circumstances, kind of people, and how people think, what is my condition, how my manager will think. So all these things can be analyzed and acted upon depending on the situation, depending on the surrounding. So machine have some limitations in terms of a degree of freedom, whereas human does not have. You understood what I'm trying to convey, right? So you all can go to your seat places. Thank you. So whatever idioms or phrases that we have been told over the period of time is true to a certain extent, and in a respective context, it cannot be implemented always and again. So this is the huge limitation what human mind can think of and machine cannot. Now we'll pause for some time and we'll go for voting, right? So I request Zoom Master to launch the poll for the best speaker. And before that, we want Sukanya to come on the stage and share about the speech timings.
Thank you. So Devai had taken 4 minutes and 41 seconds to complete her speech. Insiya 7 minutes 34 seconds, and Mayuresh 6 minutes 6 seconds. So Devai and Mayuresh are qualified, and Insiya is not qualified. Thank you.
So Zoom Master, please note that we have 2 qualified speakers, and we'll go for offline and online voting. So for online voting, Mayur has launched the poll, and for offline meeting, how we are going? So again, the way we will close our eyes, I request all of you to close your eyes. And when I say the name, you have to raise your hand if you feel that he is the best speaker, right? So we have total number of participants, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I wish that, I expect that a vote should not exceed to 15 because people do twice voting. please avoid doing that. So now we are going to vote for Toastmaster Devai. Please raise your hand if you find her best speaker for today's meeting. Tulsi is keeping account. Okay, fine. Thank you. Now, second speaker, Toastmaster Mayuresh. Please raise your hand for if you find him as the best speaker. So voting is done. We have 15 participants in a physical mode, and I think voting is for 12. So 3 people have voted for nothing. So Nota is there. You find nobody is good. Okay. Anyways, so we have the poll results. Mayur ready? Okay. Now we'll break for how much time, Sukanya? 5, 3. Oh, 3 or 5? 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Okay, we'll break for 4 minutes and we'll come back to join the meeting at your places. Few more is expected. Rohan. Okay. So now we are going to move to the next part of today's session, that is table topic session. And to conduct a table topic session, we have very energetic, good physique, I can see, Toastmaster Ankit. So Toastmaster Ankit is a software developer and he loves reading, coding, and whatnot. So I request Toastmaster Ankit to come on the stage and explain about the table topic sessions.
Good morning, Area Director, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. So I am going to play table topic master role today. So table topic is a session where everybody gets chance to participate in the meeting, like whether it's online mode or offline mode. And it's a session where you get chance to develop your skill, to think on your feet and speak impromptu. So I will be calling the interested member and giving them the topic. And on that topic, you have to speak. So minimum you have to speak for 1 minute, and for 1 to 2 minutes you have to. The minimum time is 1 minute, and there is a grace period of 30 seconds. So beyond that, you will be disqualified for the voting. And to qualify for the voting, minimum you have to speak for 1 minute. So any member who is interested? Yeah. Yes. We have guest Sagar, right?
Hi.
So you must have heard about biomimic robot. Biomimic robot is something like a robot of cat, a robot of human, or a robot of dog. So let's say you are an expert in making the biomimic robot. So what kind of robots you will make and you place those robots in the environment?
Hello, am I audible? Para Director, Distinguished Toastmaster of the Day, and my dear guest. I am a Toastmaster Sagar from IPTMC, and going to my topics, I want to make a cat, dog, or human-shaped robot. So first thing I would like to do with that, it should not replace our actual cat or dog, because actual cat, actual dog is our emotion. We can trust him, we can enjoy with it. But if I want to create a cat who, or a dog or a human, so I want to I just make as a he can able to work, which uh, I want to work, I want to means I want to do for him like this. I will make sure that he cannot more attachable. When I have work, I will work with them like a robot. But when I want to work with my actual cat, actual human, so I take care of emotion and spelling. Over to you.
Thank you, good Sagar. So any other guest or Toastmasters would like to try? We have guest Pratik and guest. Want to? Yeah.
Vishal.
AI and robotics can help us in good governance. Good governance in the sense.
Yeah. Yeah. The governance, like when we think about the governance, we see a lot of politics, lot of corruptions and all those things. We manipulate the laws and all those things. So if we put the AI into that, so we can put on the we can control those things, like how the corruption is happening, how the people just giving the backstabbing and all those things. We can all those things we can cover that aspect. So we have different kind of strategies for doing that thing. Like we can whatever the dirty politics we all see in the corporates as well, in the all other government offices as well. So that we can control out all those things about by the AI. Apart from that, AI can help in the different aspects, like we can adopt the new technologies, new things, so that which can save the times and the cost for the everything, like the governments as well, for the humans as well, like automizing everything, like giving the. So we have to the AI will take care about the people mindset. Like if we implement nowadays, so it will take time to get adopted, but down the line, after the 4 to 5 years, the people mentality also get changed. So by imposing those kind of aspects, the government can be helpful for them in the future aspects. Thank you.
So next we have guest Pratik.
Pratik.
So your topic is AI and robotics are more likely to make humans lazy.
Yes, I agree to that. That's going to happen most likely. because that is how we have things happening with technology till now. Technology has its has its plus points as well as negative points. So it needs to be used wisely. So AI is just like an advancement of the technological advancements that we have had over the years, and like is in the case with computers and is in the case with automobiles. We have seen that humans, as they make more and more use of the technology, they get sort of physically they tend to get less exercise by using computers. There's this saying that the smartphones are becoming more and more smart, and the people have become more and more dumb. So I mean that's just on a lighter note. But yeah, so technology needs to be used wisely. If it is used too much, then yes, it can make people lazy and make less work.
Thank you, guest Pratik. Now we have guest Mile. Yeah, he will spell his name. You can introduce yourself.
So hello everyone, my name is Mayan and this is my first session over here. It's Mayan, Mayyin.
So your topic is AI and robotics cannot understand emotion.
Okay. I think currently they cannot to some extent, but I mean in future the AI models and the type of algorithm that coders and developers will develop and come up with will definitely be able to understand emotions. Not 100%, but still it'll be like around 99, 98%. So yeah.
I guess we have no more guests, so I'm expecting some Toastmasters. Okay. Guest Avantika. So your topic is Avantika, may you please turn on the camera if possible. If not, then it's fine. And you are on mute. Please unmute yourself. Okay. Salimani, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So your topic is, are emotion a strength or weakness? Are emotion a strength or weakness?
Okay. So hello everyone. Good afternoon. So I'm Shalmali Kothare and my topic is, our emotions are strengths or weakness. So we feel different of emotions. We feel different emotions. So they give us happiness. Sometimes we feel bad. But I would say, okay, sometimes we feel ups and downs in our life. And with that we feel our emotions. So emotions are very important for us because they give us inspiration or enthusiasm to live our life. And also um, because of emotions only we can feel we can feel uh, we can feel kindness or some good emotions for others. So emotions are very important to live our life. Thank you.
Thank you. We have any more guests online? Okay. We have guest Vikas as well. Okay, it's just not. Sorry. So, you must have heard about cyborg robot. It is kind of half human, half robot. It is like your stomach is a popcorn machine, your head makes ice cream. So let's say you get a chance to transform yourself in a cyber robot. So what kind of features you will add in yourself?
If I get chance to become a cyber robot, I will definitely convert my mind. I'll add some new features to it. Like there are many things that robots can do and humans are not able to. Like I'll also add some strength to my body. Like the humans can do some things very easily. Like if they want to learn any new technology, they can do that very easily. So I'll add that to myself. Thank you.
Thank you. So, any Toastmasters? I have some interesting topic. Yeah, yeah. So, your topic is let's say you buy an expensive car and branded car with all your life savings, and all of a sudden your car becomes a transformer. Transformer is something like uh, some robot which are made out of car or rather any kind of machinery. So your car is suddenly becoming a transformer. So what your reactions will be?
Transformer, what I didn't get you.
Transformer is kind of robot which are made out of any machinery, kind of iron or something like that. So you bought a car and your car got transformed to a transformer all of a sudden. So what are your reactions towards that?
If my car is transferred into transformer, and if it is able to listen to me, or she is willing to listen to me, I will be more happy than ever. Because first of all, I will ask her to hit all those bad people who are doing bad things in this world, and I won't be responsible for that. So I will use that transformer to hit all those bad people in this world. Secondly, I will use them for the good things. I will use those transformers to know the things which we don't know about anybody. Many of the time we make perception about somebody, that he is bad, he is good. We don't know what's going on in his mind or in his heart. So I will first use him to make and understand those people's feelings, the inside feelings, and use it to the good of this society. So this is the good and the bad thing which I would be able to do. And secondly, if she is willing to listen to me, I will take her around the world. I will make her fly around the world so that I can see the whole world without spending anything. So, so that's my dream, and I hope it comes true. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. One. So I have one more interesting topic. Today. So Toastmaster Bharat. Yeah, I have a very yeah we have. Okay. I have a very interesting topic for you. So, topic is if it is machine learning, then machines should learn it.
Yeah, topic is really very interesting. If it is machine learning, machine should be learning it, right? Machine should learn it, right? Just imagine a Toastmasters club. Here, there are all humans. We are watching reactions on the faces of the people. Sometimes I was hearing some speeches earlier on. Their reactions. One speech was about anger, and we are showing all reactions on our faces throughout. So just imagine a speaker is here speaking, and there are no reactions on the faces. The machines are learning, all machines are here. They are learning the communication skills, they are learning the leadership skills. How would the meeting be? Would it be enjoyable? No, it won't be. So I think essence of living in this world is not just getting things done. It's about attaching emotions to it. It's about enjoying the things that come along the way. So coming to the topic, machines should learn it. Now what we are trying to do is we are trying to have machines behave like humans. We are trying to teach machines the human skills. And by far we know all the AI ML technologies. What they struggle with is the emotion part. They can probably do all the computational part. They can probably do all the calculations, but they cannot attach emotions to it. And that is where the science probably is trying to make them learn the emotions. And that would come from human people, humans telling them, humans teaching them. And that is the reason I think what they are trying to do, they are trying to do. But ultimately, humans, emotions are more important. Thank you for the topic.
So thank you. Now we are done with the table topic sessions. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankit, for such a wonderful topic, and that all were related to the theme of today's meeting, how machine and car and whatnot things can be converted to robotics, machine and AI enabled. But still, we all have understood from the dialogues that come from all you that it can be done, but to a certain extent. Human emotions will always be there, and it is going to rule the machines every time. With this, we have end the table topic session. Now I request Sukanya to come on the stage and explain that what was the timing for all the table topic speakers.
Except Mayur and Vikas, all others are qualified for the voting.
So Zoom Master, you have noted that who all are qualified. Now we will go for voting of best table topic speaker. So we'll follow the same process for offline mode. All are requested to close your eyes and will speak the name one after another. You have to rate who is the best speaker. I'll call their name and you have to raise your hands. For calling names, I want a list of names. Yes. So we'll start with the first guest, Sagar. If you find him good, just raise your hand. So we have taken account of guest Sagar, for guest Sagar. Now we'll move to guest Vishal. Please raise your hand if you find him good. Now we'll move to guest Prateek. We have taken account. Now we'll move to guest Shalmali. Sorry, Toastmaster Shalmali. Thank you. Now we'll move to Toastmaster Rohan. We have taken account. Now we'll move to Toastmaster Dinesh. Offline voting is done. I again see some of people have not voted for anybody. Fine. And for online polling is also done, Mayur, right? Okay. Now we have moved to the last part of today's session, that is evaluation. How the evaluation was. For that, I request our first evaluator, Toastmaster Rohan, to come on stage and share his evaluation points about Toastmaster Devai's speech. Thank you.
Mr. President, Area Director, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, good afternoon to you all. So I'm walking in air after listening to Toastmaster Devani's icebreaker speech. How many of you think that this was an icebreaker first speech? How many of you think? I don't think so. I think she has done much better than the icebreaker speech, first speech. She greeted well. She asked the questions to the audience to keep them engaged. So that was the best part, Devani, from your end. She explained her family background, where she comes from, what her father does. Then, step by step, she went on to explain her school days, how everybody was expecting, what were their expectations from her. Then she went on to explain her college. And finally, she gave us how she joined the Toastmasters Club and why she wanted to join the Toastmasters Club. It was a wonderful speech. I really liked it. There are no recommendation as this is the first speech to you. I think you have taken a video of it. You can just look at it. And I didn't find, frankly, no flaw in it. So you can judge it. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohan, for your insightful evaluation, and Deva is going to work on that for sure. Now we'll move to next evaluator, Toastmaster Jay, who is going to evaluate Toastmaster Insiya's speech.
Hello.
Yes, Jay, we can hear you.
Thank you. So today, our speaker has delivered a speech which is definitely everyone here was looking for. Everyone is anger, sometime on boss, sometime on family issues, and sometime definitely on traffics. So speaker, Toastmaster India, perfect job. Second thing which I really like, how you have started the speech with a drama, with some anger, which were directly connected with your speech. Amazing job. These are the 2 points which I really like. Third, about this delivery, I will touch only 1 point. Toastmaster India, whenever you have to deliver a content, sometime anger, sometime calm, compose. You have to show the different emotions. Example, in one of the line you said, we have to stop and then we have to breathe. You could ask all the audience, hey, just take a deep breath and then you will feel how good is it. That is the requirement. So during delivery, to connect with the audience, you engage them. You have to give them few activities which could connect to you. Otherwise, it will like a radio broadcast or TV channel show, which no one is entertaining. But right now, here we are on stage, you have to connect with them. First thing, yes, you tried your best. However, your extra activities could help you. Now let me focus more on the content side as you have requested. For the content side, your paragraph number 1, second, third, conclusion. There were contents, but so much gaps. I don't know why. Let us take an example here. So we have to find out different activity. There are few channels from which we can channelize our anger. We could do a lot of things. You could directly come to the point. You have to stop. You have to take a breath and then go ahead. Think. So too many unwanted words or sentences just increase the length. So be precise whatever the content you want to deliver. Second, the connection. Today, the content which you have delivered is definitely good from the theory point of view, but you could add a story. Like there was one moment happened and then after I have taken these advices and my work well. Okay. So delivery point of view, just engage or content point of view, avoid unnecessary words and sentences. Overall, your speech was excellent. and kudos to you. Thank you and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. Now I request Toastmaster Venkatesh to come on the stage and evaluate.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Toastmaster Mayuresh, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for completing your speech from a level 3. And I was really amazed to see your title, that AI humor, since you are delivering a speech that too on a humorous, and you have added AI. So I was thinking, how could you add AI in your humorous speech? So kudos to you on that. You ask some questions in the beginning to the audience to engage the audience. It's a great practice, engaging audience by asking some question. You added some technologies such as ChatGPT, Python, which may be totally new to the audience, but you tried, you attempted so that to create an awareness within the audience. And in the end, the funny part, the humorous part, you shouted, "Rah!" So I was thinking what it is and how I connected that. Yesterday, I was showing my kid, my son, that how the patient in the mental hospital, they behave like, it clicked in my mind and I started laughing. Wow, this is something, which is really makes you to get engaged, and it can be a humorous. Now, to take your speech to the next level, there are certain improvements and recommendation from my side. That is one, you are not at all clearly audible, although I'm trying to be attentive to understand what you are speaking. So you can check your audio before even you start your speech. Second, you attempted to engage the audience, but the question asked were too much technical. So none of them could able to participate in your discussion. Third thing, you are attempting the project from level 3. Okay, so you could have rehearsed your speech bit before delivering in front of the club. That would have helped you to deliver your speech in a standing position rather than a sitting position, which involves to free your arm, and your body language would have come into the picture. And the third thing is you included humor in your speech, but it could have been pretty simple. Like, for example, I request all online members to turn on your camera except those who are not wearing clothes. So it could have been pretty simple. But overall, it was really great. You did well by delivering your speech. There was an audience engagement. It was very informative. There was a vocal variety. If you can incorporate those minor recommendations, then I'm sure you can take your speech to the next level. I wish you all the best for your next speech. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
With this, now we have come to the last part, that is evaluation. So before I call again Toastmaster Venkatesh to give her general evaluation report, but I think I should give him some pause to him because he just now left the stage. Now, friends, I wanted to understand from you all, artificial intelligence or machine learning. Why it is artificial intelligence? What makes it artificial? Why we are using the word artificial? Artificial, but why artificial? What thing we say it is artificial and what is natural? It is human made, correct? So artificial intelligence, it means the intelligence which is made by human. And what about human intelligence? Who has made this? Huh? Nature, great. So human intelligence is coming from nature, a divinely thing it is, whereas artificial intelligence is done by the human being. So we cannot compete with nature ever, and we have very examples that whenever human try to compete with nature, nature has always the upper hand on that area. Machine learning, machines are learning, but who is making them to learn? It is a human being only. So anytime human will have an upper hand over machines. What human can do, machine can never do. For example, the critical thinking, the problem solving approach, the reasoning. For that matter, say if you are going somewhere and some machine learning tool is suggesting you can go to that area by crossing a river by just walking. Will you follow the machine and just started following the crossing the river? Will you be? No. Chandra will take a boat. So this idea of taking a boat to cross the river is coming from a human intellect, not from the machine intellectuality. So this is the approach of problem solving. So again, critical thinking, reasoning. If machine is asking you to do so, but you are not going to do the same thing because you are also involving your human element into it. That is what differentiation starts. Wherever human can go, machine can never be. This is my word on this all theme for today's meeting. So problem solving, critical thinking, analysis, reasoning, all those things is something that has been given to us by God. And Aristotle said that human is a social animal. When we meet people, we greet people, then we have a lot of learnings that we share to each other. Lot of things, what are the common things, what are the different things, how we can become better. This all things happening when we are residing in a social environment. We are a social animal. Machines are not social. So the social awareness, the social learning that we get from meeting people will never be competed with a machine thing. The way our area director said that what if all machines will be sitting here and listening our speeches? Will it be any joy or fun? Will it be a learning? No. Because when we are meeting the people, we are seeing the smiling faces of Sukanya and Chandra and Ankit, nice body you have. So this is something what we can observe and we can take a learning that yes, I can also become like this. So this is what the human element is into it, and machines can never be enabled us to this level when there will be no requirement of human at all. So again, technology is good to have, but it is always overrated if you are thinking. And we should never ever let that technology rule all over us. We have to always have an upper hand. We have to rule the technology, not technology should rule us. Thank you. Now, I request our general evaluator, Toastmaster Venkatesh, to explain how the overall meeting was.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh, Toastmaster of the day. So before I start, I would request the tag team, starting with the Toastmaster Sukanya, who is a timer for today. Please read out the time taken by the table topic speaker and all are qualified. And also the role player if any is qualified. Only evaluators. Okay, so you can read out for the evaluator.
Okay. So for Toastmaster Rohan, the time was 1 minute 26 seconds. So he's not qualified. Toastmaster Joy, timing is 3 minutes 25 seconds. So he's qualified. And Toastmaster Venkatesh, timing is 2 minutes 53 seconds. So he's also qualified for that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sukanya, for mentioning all the perfect time, recording all the times of role players, evaluators. Now moving on to the next role player, that is grammarian, Toastmaster Tulsi. Please come on stage and please have your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Overall, it was a great meeting. Everyone has used a good language. And the word of the day and phrase of the day was used by Mayur, Rohan, guest Vishal, Devai, and Insiya. So please give them a big round of applause for using word of the day and phrase of the day. Now moving ahead, I have noted some good uses of English language. And one phrase was there, once bitten, twice shy. So he has used the in context of Sukanya, that she has some feeling, someone has helped her and someone has deceived her. So it can be used to mean that a person who has failed or been hurt when trying to do something is careful or fearful about doing it again. So we can use it in this sense. Next is mesmerized, which is used by our president in the context of the app Yodlee, and he was totally mesmerized by seeing this app. So we can use mesmerize word in this sense to capture the complete attention. Next, I have manipulate. Manipulate means handle or control in a skillful manner. Next is reasoning. We can use it as a logic, the process of thinking about something in order to make a decision. So yes, these are the words I have noted from this meeting. And this is the end of my report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tulsi, the grammarian for today's meeting, for your wonderful report, very exhaustive and very detailed report of grammarian. Now, moving on to the next role player, that is our counter. And to play our counter's role, we had Toastmaster Mayur, who will be coming up with his detailed report on our count.
Is my screen visible to all of you? So starting from the sergeant at arm. So let's call like who were the flawless. Let's give them round of applause. So give Toastmaster Chandrashekhar, the president, while giving the presiding officer's address, he was flawless. Also our TMOD, even though he played a major role, still he didn't use any filler sounds. Moving on to almost flawless, Toastmaster Jay and Venkatesh. As usual, they are the seasoned Toastmasters, and they tell us how you can become a fluent. So by observing them, we can see that they use very less crutch or filler sounds. Moving on to the table topics, like we can see Toastmaster Rohan, and Toastmaster Dinesh were almost flawless. Just use single R sound. So that was good to see. While the speakers were not prepared, still they tried to become flawless. So coming back to the detailed report, so you can see Toastmaster Deep he was almost flawless. He used 1 hour and repeated twice. The timer Sukanya, she needs to work on reducing the R sound, but she didn't use any other filler sounds. Same goes with the Tulsi as well. She used only R sound, and she can become like most of us make use the R sounds. If we try to reduce it, then also we can come into the flawless category. Then in the evaluation category, you can see all of like most of the, even though Rohan was pretty new, but he's not that much experience in evaluation, but still he did a great job. He used only twice filler sound. That was good to see. In terms of speaker, Toastmaster Devai, as she was even delivering for very first time, but she used only R sound. Other fields are not that much, like I was not able to count other filler sounds. That was pretty good to see. And Insiya and Mayuresh also, they use twice A, and both of them use twice A, and Mayuresh repeated twice. Yeah, that's all from my side. If we have to become a fluent, then what we can do is that we can absorb the silence instead of making the sound. So just we can absorb the silence, and this way we can reduce the R sounds. With this, I will hand over to General Evaluator Toastmaster Venkatesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayur, for such a wonderful report, presenting very detailed report. Now, moving on to the every individual role player, how they have performed today and whether there is a scope of improvement. Let's see. Starting from the Sergeant at Arm, Toastmaster Deep. Toastmaster Deep, you started meeting on time. You stated the mission of the club very well. You are very high on energy when you started, and as a sergeant at arm who starts the meeting should have very high energy, because you set the contest, you set the tone, and then people start following. So kudos to you on this aspect. Now the third thing is you used a word, sweet word, and then sang a song which is totally something different to engage the audience and grab their attention, which is really nice. But however, there are certain recommendations which I felt that when you use this, that discussion went, along. it got dragged. Like you stated that, the sweet word and took it some time because it might eat some time and we might derail from the overall agenda. So probably you state the mission, you state the rules, and then you move on with a single line of which is related to the theme and around that. Secondly, you missed one rule, that is showing a thumbs up when someone uses word of the day and phrase of the day. You missed to state that the correct protocol when someone comes and speaks, that he has to say, he has to greet in an order that presiding officer or Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. So this has to be stated to the audience and the guest because they are new. They should understand what is the correct protocol. But overall, you did well. Great job. Kudos to you. Moving on to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Chandrashekhar. Toastmaster Chandrashekhar did a fabulous job today. You took a guest introduction, you counted all the guests in the room. Meanwhile, before somebody is getting ready, you announced online as well. You said somebody is online, please be prepared to come next. So kudos to you. You gave a great presiding officer importance of public speaking, which is equally important since a guests are there, since new members are there, and we should always reiterate why we are here. We should not forget. So you explained that the importance of communication, your communication style, and on top of that, you try to create an awareness because you are the representative of your club to the district or the area. You are a member of district council. So whatever new technology comes, you will be aware any information from the TI which comes to you, and you make other members and new members and the guests aware of it. That is about the Yodlee. You talked about the Yodlee, its importance. How can the member utilize that Yodlee feature, which is AI powered tool developed by Toastmaster International recently, and how one can make a use of that. So kudos to you for all this information which you shared with the members and the guests. Moving on to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Great job. You introduced the theme very well. You engaged the audience in the beginning by asking some questions to start with. Then I found you are very high on energy. You conducted a thought-provoking and very energetic session today. A lot of good topics you brought, which were very good on the AI and the technology side. So kudos to you. I do not have any recommendation to you. Keep doing best. Timer Toastmaster Sukanya, you timed all the role players well. And I was seeing that you are showing the timer card in the physical meeting room as well as on the camera so that the online members and the guests can see the timer cards. So kudos to you. I don't have any recommendation to you. Keep it up. Moving on to the grammarian Toastmaster Tulsi. Toastmaster Tulsi introduced word of the day and phrase of the day very well with example. And it was very simple to use. Sometimes it becomes very difficult if someone can't understand the word of the day and the phrase of the day. And it was very much aligned to the theme. So kudos to you. You called guests and the members to use that word of the day and phrase of the day. So well done, Toastmaster Tulsi. I do not have any recommendation. Toastmaster Mayur as an R counter. You did a fabulous job. You explained your role in the beginning. Then you prepared a great report, very detailed report showing who is the fabulous speaker, who is a flawless speaker. You stated that who is flawless speaker in the beginning, who is almost flawless speaker, and then you went with your report, detailed report. And in the end, what I liked is you gave a suggestion, some message to the audience, how you can reduce your R counts. So that was a great message to the audience. So you played a fabulous job. I do not have any recommendation to you, Toastmaster Mayur. Now moving on to the table topic master, Toastmaster Ankit. So Toastmaster Ankit, again, you played a good job. All topics were very much aligned to the theme, that is the AI and the emotions, human emotions versus the AI. And you called all the guests, you involved the members, but what I suggest is typically we should involve the member first so that it sets the tone and it helps other members to understand how to participate and play the role of table topic as a speaker. So you could have involved some members first as an opportunity, and then you would have went with the guests. So that is the only recommendation. But overall, it was a great show. Now moving on to the evaluators, starting with the evaluator Toastmaster Rohan. Toastmaster Rohan evaluated Toastmaster Devai, who was delivering her icebreaker, and you did a fabulous job stating all the commendation. That is a good part. Although we use the CRC approach, that is commendation, recommendation, and commendation to sum up in the end. You used the commendation, being a newcomer and delivering her icebreaker, and in the end you gave a suggestion. That's fine. I would suggest a small suggestion is all right, but there should not be too much recommendation. Being a new icebreaker, it is not recommended. Overall, you did a great job. Moving on to the Toastmaster Jay, the second evaluator, who have evaluated the speech of Toastmaster Insiya. The Toastmaster Jay again used CRC approach, that is commendation, recommendation, and commendation. And he did a fabulous job. I do not have any recommendation. And the third evaluator, same myself, Toastmaster Venkatesh. So I also used the CRC approach for the Toastmaster Mayuresh. So moving on to the last part of this. Overall, it was a great meeting. We were on time. Everybody played a great role. The meeting room was well organized. It is very difficult to arrange a hybrid meeting. Although you came here 10-15 minutes, you arranged the meeting room, projector, everything, checked all your audio, video devices. And with this, I would like to conclude my general evaluators report and handing over back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Thank you for your detailed evaluation, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Now we should go for voting. And okay, so we'll go with evaluator first. So we have 2 evaluator qualified only. And for online Zoom poll is going to launch. For offline, we are following the same method. The name of 2 evaluators is. So please close your eyes again. And who wanted to vote for Toastmaster Jay? Please raise your hand. Tulsi is making a note of it. Okay, we are good. Now we'll move to next Toastmaster Venkatesh. Thank you. So we have the evaluators, best evaluator as well. Now we'll have okay, just a moment. We'll go for the role players voting. So we'll start with first is a main role player, right? Auxiliary role player, sorry. So when we say auxiliary role player, it means you have to choose among the sergeant at arms or timer or counter or grammarian. So first, please close your eyes, and who all wanted to vote for Toastmaster Deep as a sergeant at arms? Tulsi, you have taken account, right? Okay, then we'll move to Toastmaster Sukanya as a timer. Thank you. We'll move to Toastmaster Mayur as a counter. Thank you. Toastmaster Tulsi as a grammarian. Tulsi, you have made a note count. Okay. Thank you. With this, we have done with the best auxiliary role player. We'll announce the results later. Now we'll move to best main role player. And nominations are Toastmaster Ashutosh as a Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. A Toastmaster Venkatesh as a general evaluator. Right, we have count of this. And Toastmaster Ankit as a table topic master. Thank you. So with this, we have got the votings for the best table topic, best speaker, evaluator, and auxiliary role player, and the main role player. Now we'll go for our president's closing address. And before that, I want Mayur, can you, I have sent you one WhatsApp image, if you can show on the screen. So we human being got so much involved with the technology and other stuff that we stop using our own intelligence, and that will let us to what will show on the screen. And screen is going to come. There is a system called ADAS, ADAS. Anybody aware of this? ADAS? Advanced Driverless Assistance System. Many technologies are working into it. So when the future of car will be driverless, you have to sit on the back of your car and the robot will drive all the car. You have just enter where all you wanted to go. ADAS is a technology, ADAS. And that technology will also help you to park your car wherever you wanted to, and it will just open the door. You have to come out and go wherever you wanted to go. And this is one of the images when this is auto parking assistance system. This car was trying to get parked next to this car, and see what has happened. If the person was sitting into a driver's position, would this have happened? Perhaps, or rather definitely not. And there are many cases. You just search on Google that when technology went failed, and difference between human and artificial intelligence. So ADAS system, or there are many technology people are working around in Europe. Especially, it is very common that people are working on these kind of technologies where they wanted to remove human to bring more comfort to human life, but it is making more vulnerable to the people. So please have technology, but in a limited extent, so that you should always have your control over that. With this, I would like to request Toastmaster Chandra as a closing address and moment of glory.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashutosh, for telling us what could be the impact of the AI and have it with your own. Now I remember one interesting story. It will just take a minute. When I was a kid, I used to watch this amazing show which is called as Dragon Ball Z. You guys might have watched it. So in that, there is one episode where the lead protagonist, which is called as Goku, comes from a planet called Yadrat, and he learns an amazing technique which is called as instant transmission or instant teleportation. He just keeps the finger on the head and he can transport to any place anywhere in the universe. When I saw that for the very first time, I was totally amazed. And then I started seeing that in the movie also, that you can time travel, you can travel to different places also, not just time travel and things. So these are the things that are shown as a possibility. Right now, those looks like gimmick, but maybe in the future, it can be true. The thing that I want to share with you all is that technology or AI is your servant. Keep it as your servant. Don't let it become your master. And that was Toastmaster of the day was also trying to tell us today. And that was my learning for today. Now, I would also like to know from the guests, how did they find about today's meeting? If any feedback they want to share about today's meeting. So first, I would like to request guest Mayer to come on the stage and share how was his experience regarding the meeting.
So yeah, the meeting was very interactive and it was very engaging. Also, I loved the evaluation, the how they evaluated each and every one. And yeah, it was overall a good experience.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mayer. I'm guessing why he's here today. There's a Comic Con going on in Mumbai and he's there. So that's a really nice thing to be over here. Now I would request guest Pratik to come on the stage and share his experience.
It was a great experience. Certainly, I feel like if I attend more and more meetings, I'll definitely get to learn a lot from these meetings. So I have only good things to say. Don't have many words here, but yeah, it was a great experience.
Thank you so much. Now I would request guest, Vishal, right? Vishal.
I would say well organized, well managed event. And initially, I would say you make comfortable the guest, because we are looking at the first time, so made the customer comfortable the guest, gave them opportunity to introduction, introduce all the members. So well managed, I would say. Everyone got the chance to participate. I would say we have many members, but everyone was engaged and good to part. So good to see you again.
Thank you so much. Now I would request our visiting Toastmaster to share his feedback, how he found about today's meeting also. Yes, yes.
It was well organized. I'm a member of IPDMC, but due to some client meeting, I'm not able to attend my meetings. So I prepare this meeting, and this is my second time. And first time I see me and she is guest, and now she's playing timer role, and I am so.
Thank you so much. Now I would request our area director to share 2 minutes of words of wisdom from his side as well. Okay. Is everything fine? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Chandra. I got 2 minutes. Chandra, got 2 minutes. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So really happy to see this meeting. So many people in person here. Quite a few people. I was online for first part of the meeting. So quite a few people online as well. This is as good as it can get in this hybrid environment. We have 10 plus people here in person, at least about 10 people online as well. And I always give example of the online experience, hybrid experience that this club offers. I see many clubs which are struggling to give the same experience for the online folks. There were some hiccups here and there, but that's not TMC, P, and W. Usually they are very good in online experience as well. So I think a really great work by XCOM here to give that experience. A big round of applause for all of them. I like to ask a question to the folks. I can't see the online, but at least the people who are here. How many of the Toastmasters you have already selected a path? The ones who are Toastmasters, I have selected the pathways path in TI website, TI portal. So all of you have done. How many times do you go back and think of why I have joined Toastmasters? What are my objectives? Have you had that word with your mentor? We have a great mentor-mentee relationship which is established here. We get assigned mentor. So do you talk to your mentors often, at least once every 2 weeks? Do we do that? How many of we are able to do it? Okay. So I think I like to take this moment to remind all of you, we should go back to basics and always check on why we have joined Toastmasters, what are the objectives, are we delivering speeches, are we participating in table topic session, are we taking up the roles, have we set the goals for 3 months, 6 months, these are the things I need to do. I want to deliver a speech. For example, when I was in I had set a target that every 3 weeks I will deliver a speech. I'll take a role. Each role I'll take at least in 4 months. I'll have taken the mod role, the counter role, the grammar role. I'll have taken it at least once in 4 month cycle. So I encourage all of you to set these targets. There are contests coming on. I think next month you'll have contest. If you have not completed level 2, please give speeches. There are ample of opportunities. I am in district group. There are so many speaking opportunities available. If you have not completed level 2, go for it, complete level 2. And this club, I see the competition is fierce. So prepare for it. And I want you to see there at the area level, division level, and going beyond as well. So all the best. And this has been amazing experience here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dinesh, for those kind and encouraging words. I hope everybody would be willing to give 100% of them and would like to participate in the contest as well. Now it's time for the moment of glory, and the best auxiliary role player award goes to the R counter of today's meeting, Toastmaster Mayur. Thank you. And the best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Venkatesh. Yeah, there is one. Yes. The best table topic speaker award goes to our area director Toastmaster Dinesh. Is it okay, Delhi?
Yeah, it's okay.
The best role player award goes to our, obviously it was way too clear, the host of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh. And the best speaker award of District 125, Area C1, the club of Toastmaster Pune Northwest goes to Toastmaster Devai. I would like to thank each and everyone those who have come and participated in today's meeting. Now I officially like to adjourn this meeting, and the next meeting will be happening on the 19th of this month. That will be our milestone meeting, and I would request each and every one of you to come and join the milestone meeting as well. There will be a lot of fun session happening. With that, I would like to adjourn today's meeting, and we are open for guest chit chat also. Yeah.